And now it's time for another St. Louis 7, following an episode on OT with Oliver, wherever you get your podcasts. Good conversation. College buddy, George Liyeos. And we talked about the Greek Open. We talked about the Greek festivals that are coming up. And we talked about growing up Greek in St. Louis. I thought it was a good time. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time.
There was a lot of baklava all over the place.
All right. The tournament is for, amongst other people, the Backstoppers. Talk to us about the Backstoppers.
Backstoppers is an organization that's been around since 1959 that provides assistance for first responders, policemen, firemen, ambulance folks who die or have severe effects of what may have hurt them in the line of duty. It's a great organization that not just helps the families of those who have served in the line of duty, but the greater community as a whole.
And where can people go and buy tickets?
They can go online at thegreekopenstl.com.
All right. You strapped in? You ready to go?
Ready to go.
You went to Parkway Central. What do you remember about Parkway Central?
Parkway Central, to me, was a unique amalgamation of a lot of diverse interest. But the thing that really impressed me the most were the kids that I grew up with and the teachers. We had some outstanding teachers. I was lucky enough to have a gentleman who was a professor and was a presidential fellow. His name was Dr. Buss, and he taught algebra for freshmen and calculus for seniors. And he was a great chair of the department. And everything that I know in math is thanks to him.
Not the owner of the Lakers.
No, not the owner of the Lakers, but a similar mind in the sense that he knew the numbers inside and out.
All right, you're an overtimer. You know the drill. We got 6 more questions coming your way. When you go to Ted Drew's, what do you order?
Well, since they don't have the never on the Sunday baklava treat, I have to go with the Cardinal sin because I'm a huge Cardinals fan. But hopefully we can do some lobbying here and get the never on the Sunday baklava on the menu sometime soon, maybe after this chat that we have.
Behind the power of the overtimers. We all got to just get it together and make it happen.
Absolutely.
All right. Favorite concert in St. Louis?
Rolling Stones, 1989, an epic weekend where my brother and I and a mutual friend of ours, Dan Ritchie, got to go to the show. We had 8th row tickets, and it was on a Sunday night of all things. The previous day, my brother and I had flown to Michigan to witness the Wolverines losing to Rahib Rocket Ishmael, returning 2 kickoffs for touchdowns. And Dan Ritchie called that on the Friday before the game. So as you
I
well
was
know,
at that game. I was on a press pass at that game. That is so funny.
Oh my God. Wow. Unbelievable. It's always a great time to be at the big house. My dad was a graduate of the University of Michigan, and the people that he was friends with in college started a pizza place called the Cottage Inn, and it's an institution in Ann Arbor, much like Shakespeare's.
All right. Throw yourself under the bus. You see 10 stop signs. How many we roll it?
Oh, I'm rolling at least 9. We've got a 4-way stop in front of our house, and I rarely stop for it. Familiarity breeds contempt. So I am not the person you want to emulate when it comes to adhering to the St. Louis stop.
Is your daughter there?
She is.
Can she come around real quick?
No, she likes to be behind the scenes.
I was going to get her to admit in front of her father how many signs she rolls.
Well, she will probably tell you she doesn't roll 1 because she's a new driver, and we have an app that tracks those types of things. So she's being a very, very conscientious driver and a good girl.
And a contributor to the podcast conversation that's going up.
Absolutely. The brains behind the throne.
5th question. Growing up Greek in St. Louis, what would you tell people that they might not expect?
That Sunday was an all-day event at church. Unlike the Catholic services that you can put a stopwatch on, our services would take most of the morning and a good part of the afternoon. They only have one service during the week, primarily on Sunday. And then you may have a memorial service after the main service. And then you may have a luncheon, and you'd always have a coffee hour that always extends into at least the noon or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock hour. So some unfortunate souls, me included, since I was an altar boy, would be there from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock sometimes. And that made for a long day.
Golf tournament, the day is when?
June 27th, Monday at Persimmon Woods.
Okay, and the website one more time before we wrap this bad boy up.
June 27th, Monday at Persimmon Woods is our date, and we're praying for no rain because we got rained out last year.
And the website to buy the tickets?
The Greek Open, STL.com.
All right, George, people come and visit you in St. Louis. Where do you take them?
Well, everybody likes to say that the Arch, different places in different neighborhoods around the area. In my estimation, the friends that I have and people who come to visit, I like to drive them around to kind of give them a lay of the land and let them know we can get just about anywhere within about 15 minutes. So we'll drive by the Arch, we'll drive by Union Station, we'll drive by all those other places. And then when they say they want to stop and see something, then that's what we do. But the best thing about St. Louis, in my estimation, is the food. We have so many unique neighborhoods that have their own little twist on things, and not everybody knows about those places. And when you can have friends and family exposed to that type of stuff, that really kind of gives them a unique look at things.
So if you haven't seen a St. Louis 7 before, feel free to Google us or whatever you do on YouTube. We got more than 100 that are up with previous guests, none as awesome as George, but still contributors. And we asked the final question: what makes you proud to be a St. Louisan?
What makes me proud to be a St. Louisan is that we are dysfunctionally functional, much like Greece. Everybody says Greece is a country that, how did they ever get things done? Well, they've done it for a long time, and they figured it out pretty well. They're essentially fragmented by design, much like St. Louis is, and it's okay to embrace some of those differences, as long as we can find some universal appreciation for excellence. And that's what the Greek culture does, and I think that's what St. Louis does as well, especially with the Cardinals' long-term commitment to winning with a small market team. Greece is the ultimate small market team that hits way above its weight when it comes to punching power.
Good catching up, man. Oh, and thanks for being an overtimer. We appreciate it.
Great to be here, David, and hope to do it again down the road.